are being killed, murdered in the most horrific way. They are suffering the most horrific pain. And I was asking myself, why Allah is not watching after them? It's like there's nobody watching after us. Sorry, my English is not the best. Yeah. So, I don't want to get into
No, I understand that. Basically, in regards to your question, it's important for me, you, the Muslims in general, to learn our religion. Because there is one area of the religion, if we were to have the correct belief in it, alhamdulillah, would address, the problems that you found within yourself, and that the shaitan utilized to try and lure you and call you to disbelief. And Allah protect you and protect me and all of the Muslims. That is belief in the divine decree. We believe in the divine decree, the qadr, that Allah Azza wa subhanahu wa ta'ala, everything that occurs, it occurs according to the divine decree of Allah. Allah says in the Quran, وَلَنَبْلُوَنَّكُمْ بِشَيْءٍ مِّنَ الْخَوْفِ وَالْجُوعِ وَالنَّقْصِ مِنَ الْأَمْوَالِ وَالْأَنفُسِ وَالثَّمَرَاتِ وَبَشِّرِ الصَّابِرِينَ. We will test you and try you. A lot of what we see taking place in the world today is a test. Allah is testing us. We will test you with fear, a loss of life, meaning people may die, loved ones, relatives, family. A loss of wealth. Be patient and give glad tidings to the patient. With regards to the children, like I mentioned to the brother who asked the question earlier, any Muslim that sees what is taking place with Syria, his heart should cry. Not just any child that dies, whether the child is a Muslim or a non-Muslim, we feel sorrow. When we see non-Muslim children, if they are killed, like what, for example, occurred with the barbaric attacks that took place on 7/7 in London, our heart is saddened. But at the end of the day, look, you can't just look from a worldly perspective. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says in the Quran, لا يسأل عما يفعل وهم يسألون. We don't question Allah Azza wa Jal as it relates to what He does, but we will be questioned because our understanding is limited. Allah does things in accordance to His infinite wisdom. Those children that die in this world, the correct position, الذي أدين الله به, is that the children who die, they're going to paradise. And that's eternal bliss. I would prefer eternal bliss in Jannah and some small difficulty in this world, rather than those who enjoy this world and they live in luxury, but in the hereafter they go into the hellfire forever. So you see, it's important, brother, that you learn your religion. Learn your religion with the people of the Sunnah. People who are going to base their positions based upon Quran. Allah said, the Prophet ﷺ said, and how it was understood by the companions of the Messenger of Allah ﷺ. So yes, no doubt, this is what takes place in brief. And I can have more detail, and I could, explain how, irada is irada kawniyya and irada shar'iyya, but I want to simplify it as much as possible. I think that was enough, right? That at the end of the day, Allah tests us and trials us. One of the wisdoms, when we see poor people, if everyone was rich, you wouldn't be able to give charity. If people weren't suffering, you wouldn't see who are those who are going to aid the oppressed. So there are wisdoms and there are things that we don't know, we cannot see. But at the end of the day, as it relates specifically to the children, that alhamdulillah, the children who die, they're going to paradise forever. And if you believe in paradise, alhamdulillah, that what is taking place in the world, it should never cause you to have doubt in the existence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Right? But rather, that's something that's based upon certainty. And it can never be open up for doubt. Okay?
Yeah,
okay, brother? But
one more question.
Okay, yes.
This is the last one.
Yes.
Let's say in time of war, when people are dying, and children, kids, they are grown up without parents, without house, without relatives, just alone. Most likely these people, these children grow up with no education.
Yes.
Which learn to fight bad life. They try to
I understand what you're saying. Yes. No.
Or do drugs, but they have no education.
Yes.
In my opinion, they have no fault.
No what?
There's no fault.
It's no fault of them?
Yeah,
but at the end of the day, Allah Azza wa Jalla says in the Quran, وَمَن يَتَّقِ اللَّهَ يَجْعَلْ لَهُ مَخْرَجًا. Whoever fears Allah, Allah will give them a way out. If you look at the prophets, some of the prophets, Ibrahim, he was thrown into the fire. If you look at Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he was praying at the Kaaba in Mecca, he was being strangled just because he was praying salah. So if a person feels Allah Azza wa Jalla, they will provide a way out, Allah Azza wa Jalla will provide a way out. Also, with regards to those children, the beauty of Islam, look, Islam has a solution. What is that? You mentioned their parents may die in wars or conflicts, and it was no fault of their own. For us, for me and you, in Islam, if a child grows up without a father, that's an orphan, that's a yatim. It's for us to support them and make sure that they have an education, and make sure that they have food and drink and so on and so forth. So that's the responsibility upon the ummah as a whole, part of the kifayah. So at the end of the day, then yes, many people, look, when we were over there, how many people they want to talk about top politics? You know, what's taking place, Saudi Arabia done this country done that. How many of them are really actually supporting, you know, Muslim orphans? Or orphanages, or supporting people to gain education. Alhamdulillah, Islam deals with all of that. You know, this is not something that's happened today. You know, people, there were conflicts and wars previously. In Islam, alhamdulillah, you find rulings and regulations for all of these types of things. But like I said, it's important that you learn. Take time to learn your religion. Take time, you know, to attend some lessons. You have lessons. What part of London do you live?
No, I live in Leicester.
Leicester. Alhamdulillah, Birmingham is not too far. I don't know anyone in Leicester. But alhamdulillah, there are places, masajid, that ascribe to Ahl Sunnah, meaning Salafiyun. We're not interested in becoming, you know, the government or becoming the leader. We just want to teach people the Quran and the Sunnah with the understanding of the companions. Attend one of those masajid, inshallah, that's close to you, and sit and be patient in learning your religion. The questions you ask, they're very simple. If you have belief, even look, what the first question, it pertains to the belief in one of the pillars of Iman, which is what? Belief in Qadr, the divine decree of Allah Azza wa Jalla. You know, Qadar Allah ma sha fa'al. Allah decrees what He will. Everything happens with the decree of Allah Azza wa Jalla. And Allah Azza wa Jalla subhanahu wa ta'ala, what He does is in accordance with His infinite wisdom. Now, and Allah Azza wa Jalla, He loves justice and He hates oppression. Allah Azza wa Jalla, when people are murdering children, Allah doesn't love it. Wal-'iyadu billah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He prohibited that and He forbid it. And it's dhulm. But humans, some human beings, they may make a choice where they disobey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So they're responsible for those things. Barakallah fiikum. We don't ascribe any evil to Allah Azza wa Jalla. Now, وَالشَّرْ لَيْسَ إِلَيْهِ. Allah yubarak fiikum.